Oh, shit, shit. We don't put some calculations like our brothers in Arabic. Everybody's war. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the open conversation. That I normally used to have the open conversation on Saturday, but because of yesterday was Champions League's final, and as a football lover, I would not have will like to miss that opportunity to watch that final. It was very interesting. Congratulations to all Chelsea fans. That doesn't mean that we still, as an Arsenal fan, love it. We don't like Chelsea. So anything London, it have to be Arsenal. So Arsenal, we don't like Chelsea. So, but we for sportsmanship, we say congratulations to all Chelsea fans for winning the Champions League. Madiwali, Ndoke Abenyadi, thank you very much, my brother. I will invite you with ASSAN JAITEH if he's open up to talk to you about our national issues, especially our community problems. Yes, I will be having ASSAN JAITEH and Muhammad Fati to join me later on the program, so that I want to discuss with them about some security and leadership issues. I want to talk to them. I want to share some ideas to these two brothers. When they join the live stream, I will put them on. But before I go further, I might be speaking all with these brothers in our local languages, Mandinka, Wolofs, or anything or any other language that they deem fit to express their self on. But before I go further, I will take this opportunity to raise the alarm and the awareness of what happened recently to a brother in France. One of our brother, a Gambian descendant, was stabbed to death in France. We hereby call the Gambia government through its embassy in France to make sure, the perpetrators, those who commit this crime, are brought to justice, and that the family of that our brother who was murdered in cold blood, they receive justice and they are compensated. We because when it happens, we are hereby also calling on all Gambians and non-Gambians, people who are champions of justice, should go out and ask, in solidarity with the families and the people of this young brother who is stabbed to death in France. I don't know what is the cause of it, but I read through social media that one Arab man stabbed him to death. I don't know why, the cause of it, but in all cases, no matter what it is, if somebody cause you any pain or make you commit any crime against you, you have to go to the justice. You have to go to the follow the rule of law for that person to be dealt with. I don't see no reason why people should take, the law in their own hands, up to a extent that taking the life of any other person on this planet. It doesn't matter either you are white, black, or green, or you are from the Gambia, Guinea Conakry, or Belgium, or France. Nobody have the right to take the life of anybody. So that in that case, we call on the Gambia government through its embassy responsible for France that they make sure that these brothers' death is not is investigated, and that the person who commit the crime, should be punished, and that the family of that young brother, because I see a picture of the young brother, a brother circulating on social media, whereby he is holding his young child, a young a baby on his chest. That's mean that brother might have left a young family behind that might miss that person. So for that being the case, we hereby call the Gambia government through its embassy in France, or anywhere which embassy is, because it could be that there is no Gambian embassy in France. Maybe that the embassy in Belgium here is taking, covering France. And we call on all Gambians, you know, all Gambians and non-Gambians, people who love justice, people who love to see that people are treated equally, people who have to love justice, people who like to see that, human beings are treated equally all over, that they call to go out and follow this case. If Gambians are there, let them go to the embassy, Gambian embassy or consulate in France, to mobilize, to show, to pressure these people so that they can make sure that the case it's not neglected. So, and it is Gambians also all over the world, or non-Gambians, should communicate about this. Like we did about the Blacks like lovers, when these Americans are killed, other nationals are killed. We have to also show solidarity with our own by making sure that this incident is popular. It's popular that the Gambia government, or the people responsible for this, for standing for this case, doesn't neglect it, and they will follow it to the latter, seeing that justice prevail. I have Mohammed Fati and ASSAN JAITEH on the platform. I will let them bring them in, because it's too late, and all of us have to work tomorrow. And Hassan is a family man. Mohammed he's a half family man, because his wife is pregnant. So I will not count him. So he's a bachelor. He's a bachelor. Mohammed Fati is a bachelor like me in Belgium, like we are here. Brothers, before I take your time, Hassan JAITEH, boy, like Hassan JAITEH, like be challenge camp boy. Madiwali boy. Madiwali want to have a debate with you, boy.
Assalamu alaikum.
Because you enter first.
No, forget about Madiwali. Madiwali is an idiot.
No, I will not forget him. Yes, Hassan, I will let you send your greetings, and then I will engage you people further.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Buakar, for inviting us. I'll say assalamu alaikum to my brother Mohammed Fati. Actually, look at this, three of us, this is way back 50 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years ago, sat in the same, classrooms, debating about government of our people and for the people and by the people and all those things that Mr. Newell put in our head.
This is the concept. This is the concept. Mohammed Fati, I will let you also send your greetings. Then I will bring you back to memories.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Assalamu alaikum to the listeners and those who are watching live. And I will say hello, my big brother, or my junior brother, Hassan. I'm older than Hassan. And I'm older than Babukar also.
Come on.
This boy, you see this boy, yeah? When Idrissa Njai guarantee, Idrissa was protecting the boy. He loved this young boy so much. He said we should not flog him. You know, anytime we want to block him, Idris and Jai will say, "No, boy, you munando kelti boy. This boy, you know."
I know.
He's making
Idris,
stuff. He's
Idris
making
and Jai,
stuff up.
Presley just came back from Baku, so obviously
yeah.
you have to show it
Yo,
the way.
I don't know what he gave to Idris and Jai. Idris and Jai used to love this kid so much. I don't know which band boy. You know, so I don't know
No,
what name does Idrisa used to call you even. He have a
no,
name for you.
they call me Haras. No, don't say.
Haras, okay. Yes, you are right. Boy, Idris Ajay used to protect this boy like his younger brother, boy. So animal ni after flock la boy, he will not allow us.
It is my guy. It is my guy. Well, I will stop on you. You know that, boy. So it's just now. I'm cool with you. So you want to play the game. But back in the days how it used to be. So
Mohammed, quickly, ila friend, this guy, the guy from Belgium, Abidjan, minna, thank you. Is it Sadie? Sadie, I pull you to the kunu, I went there.
Yeah. Seku. Oh my God.
Seku, that's a Kachakan kudu, guy, is my friend from school.
Brothers,
Seku is my best friend, man. It's my best friend.
He spoke highly about you, yesterday.
Seku is a good guy, man. He's a good guy,
Brothers,
this should be an hour thing.
Yeah, because I have to go back. I wanted to tell you.
Tomorrow is work, huh?
Yeah.
So here is. I want to. We could express ourselves in any language you deem fit, But I will You know why I invite the two of you? I have a bunch of people that I would like to talk to. But like ASSAN, like your intro, you said 20 years ago, the three of us, and some of our brothers who will be watching this, we were young boys going to school, sharing the same environment, the same difficulties, lack of experience and knowledge. But still, we have our education. They were engaging us about politics, about social matters, about history. By then they were giving us information that we never knew about. What we were learning. But our age today, after 20 years, we have gone through a lot. We have seen a lot. We have experienced a lot. I want us, bipartisan, not like political here. I want to engage you two brothers, about security and leadership in our community. Bring us, like what we know now, 20 years ago. Like let's assume we are sitting in 1999 somewhere at Nasir, and these two subjects come up. I will ask you this, maybe like Mr. Gomez or Mr. Dakua or anybody will ask this question. ASSAN, how do you see the security in the Gambia by now? Likewise, one by one.
Security in Gambia or in anywhere, securities are approached in twofold, human security and also, traditional security, which, countries take, the state as the reference subject. But in human security, we focus on individual, and if individuals, freedom of want and freedom of fear are not guaranteed, then obviously, that is what we experience in Gambia now, because people's freedom of want and freedom of, freedom from fear are not guaranteed in Gambia at the moment, simply because of the high prevalence of, burglary, frequent attack, the killings and all that. So, but when I see the security situation in Gambia right now, it's not anything new. It's not like all of a sudden, Gambia has gone from 20 security issues to 50 security issues, because in the absence of, empirical data that suggests, that indicate that, security has gone up, all we'll be doing here, is speculating that, the security situation at the moment is worse than it has been before. But nonetheless, if the society, come out and cry about security issues, I think, it is now becoming a concern to every one of us, irrespective of, where you are. You could be in the diaspora, you have your house in the Gambia, and then thieves go and enter the burglar it and then take all your stuff. You are affected. It's just like the guy who is there, right now in the Gambia working, and then thief got into his house, burglar his house, take his old stuff. So everyone is affected by what is going on now. But I think what really make it really present at the moment is the issue of the high report that people are giving to the security about burglary, and then the high prevalence of social media, the way it is present in our social media also make it look like now security issues are more present now than it has been before.
So is your observation on that is because of the crime reports and the publicity of the crimes,
it's different factors. There is, it's not only one factor. It's multiple dynamics. That are playing here. Like I'll give you an example. In 2015, right? In 2015, I sent my brother money to buy cement. And then that night, luckily he put part of the money in bank. The other part that he's gonna use the next day, he left in his bag. And the burglars came to his house, burgled the house, took the money, and his bag. So we report that to the police. But guess what? My brother has to hire a taxi to take the police to where they suspected these people are. And this happened in 2015, right? But I didn't put it on social media. Neither did my brother put it on social media, because the fear is, in 2015 and thereabout, if you put these things in social media, what you will be accused of will be either false information or you tarnishing the image of the state, right? So nobody put these things. But if that was today, I would quickly put it on social media.
Yes.
Right? So this is the examples I'm giving you, that it's not because of there wasn't any crime prior to 2016. There was crime prior to 2016 election, but people don't generally report these things. But now, because people are reporting, and also the security forces are also taking step in arresting these people, in prosecuting them, that all plays part.
Mohammed, I see you nodding. It's like you agreed on what ASSAN is saying.
Yes, I agree to a certain extent, but also, like ASSAN said, is the security situation in the country now it's a concern for all of us, But like he said, lack of without proper or I don't think we can say statistically how much the crime rate has gone up or has gone down, because we haven't seen the statistic before and now. So all what we can depend on is what the people put up there in the social media and what is being reported in the police station. And even in the police station, I'm not sure if they have correct data of the day-to-day crime they have in their records, because some of the time they don't have even a proper record, like a record that is secure, whereby it can be kept and you can fall back to it, and refer evidence to those things.
Yeah, and we have seen that. We have seen that during the TRRC when they were
exactly. Exactly. So, but nonetheless, I want to believe that the rate of crime is going up than before. That's my belief. Because the systems that was in place was a kind of dictatorship state situation, whereby people were not that much. They are not that much courageous to go on and start breaking things people's house like they could do today, because at least the argument was so terrible with the people. But before you do something, you think at the back of your mind, when they catch me, I'm going to be dead. They will kill me. So you think of yourself first, your own security, before you try to go and break into people's house.
But ASSAN mentioned a crime here in 2015, and that is during Yahya Jammeh era.
Yeah, it was happening. So it was happening. Yes.
So, gentlemen, don't you think the fear factor, which is you mentioned now, the fear factor is gone? Like ASSAN also mentioned that you are not afraid to report crimes or to make them known. Like Like me, when I go to the Gambia now, or you, when a police officer do wrong to you, you can go public and say it, and you fear not that like Hassan said, they will use it politically, to tarnish you or to do harm to you. Don't you think that fear factor also is leading to all these petty crimes, and or I don't know how to say that, but the fear factor that people are not afraid. Both of you say that people are not afraid to commit crime, and people are not afraid also to make it popular. Don't you think that is also?
That's true. Not that people are not afraid before in Yahya Jammeh's days to commit crime. Crimes have been committed in Yahya Jammeh's days, and in fact, I like Mohammed says, I think he said he think crime is going up now than before Yahya Jammeh's time, and this is where I'm doing the comparison. In Yahya Jammeh, I think in Yahya Jammeh's time is even worse, because in Yahya Jammeh's time, right, the security apparatus will commit crime, right? And then you have the other criminals also will commit crime, right? You all have seen, you all have heard in the TRRC where the junglers will go and rob people, will go and rob these foolers, who are exchanging money in the name of controlling something. That everybody was scared of the junglers. So the junglers were the robbers, and you have also other criminals going around, entering people's houses forcefully. But what is happening now is we have a high prevalence of them carrying weapons. I think that is the difference I've seen now.
You are right, because I saw a video. I don't know if it is Seni Jabi or who published it, that the police caught some people around in the Fonies. They were heavily armed with cutlasses, even some armories.
It's in the Brufut forest.
Yes,
it's in Brufut, around Brufut forest. These people, and then one thing that Gambians are not doing is is checking the people who are lodging with us. If you have Gambians are very good at lodging someone without even knowing where the person come from. And I can give you an example. In 1990, when the Liberia war was going on, we have two Liberians, who came to us, right? They play football, and then because they play football, our brothers took them to our house, and then we lodged them, right? My dad probably saw them, and then we explained to my dad that these people are from Liberia. They play football. So one of them is a good guy, Amos. In fact, he was studying us maths and English, And then the other guy happened to be a criminal. And then, if you can remember, Bokar, around that time, there was a Sarahule man in Kumbija who was killed, and then they took his money, right? So that particular guy did that. They killed this guy, took his money, and ran to Combo, trying to get to somewhere else, and then they get caught. My dad literally ran into trouble for that, because they said my dad lodged them, right? But it happens, it was in the PPP era, and then the influence of PPP and stuff like that, so they have to work that out between Alai Kawiro Cham and Bafal and others. They did that, they worked that out. But this is clear example of people lodging people that they didn't have any idea where these people are from. So look at the setup in Gambia now, all these people that are in your homes, who will sleep the entire day and evening, only for them to be operating at night, and you didn't even question them.
Mohammed,
no, that's true. Yes, I agree with Hassan on that note. In Gambia, if you look at the nature of Gambian and how sympathetic we are, of how we look upon strangers. So I think some of these people, they capitalize on our weakness and I think they see our kindness or our sympathy towards strangers. They capitalize on it, and think that we are kind of people who are naive, or we don't know what is happening, But that's the good side of Gambian people, So when we lodge these people, we hardly look into their credential and know who are these people that are lodging in our house. Like Hassan said, when I went to Combo, I live in this industry area around Kresirin and Bijilo, and Kolori. These are the areas I live, And then you will see a whole self-contained, full of strangers, full of people, And these people, the whole day they will be sitting in a bar, in a restaurant, drinking, and even in their houses, the whole day they will be there, But at night you see nobody, Only morning time, only during the morning, during the day you see these people. During the night you don't see nobody, So sometimes you question yourself, what kind of job are these people doing, And these people are well dressed, and they sometimes they wear the best watches and all the nice things you can have it on them, but you cannot say exactly what kind of job they are doing, and nobody question, nobody even bother to know what these people are doing, So
you live in Belgium. You know Canvas, yeah?
Yeah, I know
TV
Canvas.
channel
Yes,
Canvas.
yes,
There was a documentary that Canvas did about this internet fraud. They were following somebody who used the internet to convince a woman from Netherlands and Belgium here to get money from them. They follow these people. Now that speak about the industry area, these people, when they went to Gambia to trace these people, this is the area where they found these people. Those people, they even confess they do nothing. They only, that their work is, to mislead people, and they are living large, like you said. You see them, you think these people are like they are working in bureaus or they have businesses, but they are all criminals. So you are absolutely right.
Of course, I know, because when you look at the industry area around Senegambia, Crescent Bigilo, during the tourism season, December, January, February, when the tourism season is in its peak, and these people, they will go to the beach the whole of 3 months or 4 months. That's where they'll be chanting, They don't have time to come up and do some things, But when the season stop and the tourists have gone back, their means of earning money is no more sustainable because just the season has stopped. So you see them coming up into the villages, and trying to start breaking people's house, Even in our house in Kesiri, they stole our generator, and this was around 2005, 15, 14, around that end, before this government. So you will see from after the season end, a high crime, the crime rate around that area increased a lot, because these boys they can no longer have means of getting money from these tourists, these tours. So they have to maintain their way of standard now by way of petty crime, and stealing from people, So I agree with ASSAN to some extent, because in those days it's hard to report, and to go public about these things, because you might be charged for giving false information or misleading the public officials, But I think the lenient also on the side of the government towards these people is not helping the situation. I think we will get to that point.
But here you said it's side of the government. We are the government, my brother. We are the government. Like Hassan said, Hassan, you lodge people, and you don't know, you don't screen these people. You don't know they're working. In Belgium here, before you rent an apartment here, they need to have your contract, right?
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
they need to have your ID card, right?
Yeah, that's true.
A copy of. They want to know what you do. So don't you think, as if you cannot blame the Belgium government here for that? I think this should not be politicized up to a state like blaming the government. This is grassroots. We the people.
What I mean,
let me finish. We the people. We should start to screen people. We have to know, like you said, we have to know the people that we live with. What kind of jobs are they doing? Then it will be easy for us. When there is a crime, we can suspect. I say, the mobile steering te ya malong amune mwala dokoti. Mbukaje. Tilibulo we akake sinot. Mbukaje suto. So you can put one on one and then start to report crimes to the police. Don't you think it is our duty not to politicize everything and start to see ourselves as the government? And the first security step start with us reporting crimes. Hassan.
Yes, I can see where Mohammed is saying, government has a role in this. And I quite agree with him that government have a role in this, because in every country, the government, is responsible for securing people, for securing the territory, not only the territory, but also internal security, lies in the hands of the government. But also, like Bwakar says, we are the government. We elect this government to be there, and we are the eyes. We are more than the population is more than the police. The population is more than the security apparatus. So if we all play our part, the citizens play their part, and government play their part, and we are here. I think the government is not doing enough. That they should do. I understand that. I get that other people will argue that government is not doing enough, and I understand where they're coming from. Because if you look at high, unemployment rate among the youths are 65% of the population. And if you have 40% of that 65, who are not employed, that is a recipe for increased crime. If you have a country where the security officers, let's say the police who are responsible for internal security are highly corrupt, they are highly susceptible to corruption, then that is a problem. You had on in TRRC just on the closing day with this guy, Jallo, who says day before, with that guy Njai, when he was asked, how did you get these weapons? The December attack, the guys who did December attack, he said the lady asked him, how do you guys get these weapons to Banjul with suitcases? And he said, I will put money in the car, and as soon as I get to the security officers, open the bag, they will see the money, and now their concentration is on the money, not what is in the car. So he will take maybe 100 or 200, give it to them. Here he's gone, and these are the people who literally want to set the country on fire, right? Because if that coup hasn't only failed at State House, if it has gone in Banjul and further in Serakunda, that is where civil unrest begins. Because we all know how people were resentful of Yahya Jammeh's government at that time, right? Thank God it was contained at State House. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you have a security outfit that is highly corruptible, that you can give $50 or $100 and go your way without them checking, then that is a problem. That is a problem. And so, when you have a correction center, like Mile 2, where you send these people who do petty crimes, and they go there only for them to spend 6 months, 9 months, 1 year or 2 years, not doing nothing, right? Apart from them being so miserable there. When those people come out, they have nothing to go back to. They will go back to crime. Right?
That's true.
So there is a whole lot of things that are playing around here that are causing people to go back to crime, or that are increasing these crimes, because the government is not doing much because some of these things I've said here are all linked to government's position, government taking position on this. But also us, the youth and employment is not only government. Yes, government should create environment for youth to go into entrepreneurship, self-employment and all those things. But also the youth should also, me, you, and Bwakar, we went to the same school. We sat in the same class. We finished the same year. Where are we today? Right? We all doing well for ourselves. And we have friends who we went to school with together. They are in Gambia. They are doing well as well. But also you have the last group, that is some of the friends that we went to school with. They are there, and probably they're doing something like these crimes we are talking about. So this goes down to personal responsibility. Doing what you want.
So you think, you think the role of the government is to reduce petty crimes that we see. I'm talking about petty crimes now, but is to create employment for the youths and to rehabilitate those who have been seen wanting when they go into the government custody, to make them good citizens again, so that they can contribute to the society. That is your observation.
Yes, the problem, no, it's not the role of the government to create employment. You see, this is where people are getting it wrong. Governments don't provide employment. Government create enabling environment for businesses to flow, for entrepreneurs to come in to support. Government role here is to support and create the enabling environment. And we, the citizenry, will, because here you look at Europe. Government don't employ many people in Europe. The private sector does. So if government create a viable private sector, support system for private sector will create more jobs and people will be absorbed. But if government is doing that, then government is failing in their quest to address the youth unemployment.
What is your take on that, Mohammed?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Hassan. But you also the role of the government is not only to create the enabling environment, it's also to make sure that the level playing field is the playing field is level for everyone to participate equally without seeing him or herself being marginalized. For example, how can a business person who have an affiliation or a support from the government, be able to compete with someone who is not within the radar of the government, and they are all, for example, they all want to compete on a particular area, and this a businessman A is in the good book of the government. Businessman B is not in the good book of the government. So when this guy uses his connection with the government, he or she will be able to elbow out this guy from the business they are trying to participate. So if the government want to be seen as an institution or as a body responsible for leveling the field, they should 100% withdraw themselves from business and business people who see themselves as businessmen. Let them stand as a referee and as a body to level the field. Let everyone struggle on your own. Everyone, bring out what you can do and let the people decide who they are going to do business with. For example, we have seen some business people who are doing certain things for the government and the institution of the government. Like, for example, we have seen a gun into the country, and this gun business, we don't know how far is this business, or what is the purpose of this gun coming into the country. Only for us to see this person sponsoring police stations, trying to help the government in certain areas. So this guy is a person who can go into any business, and whoever he finds doing that kind of business, you don't have the muscle, financial muscle, and the connection to compete with this person. So, like I said, all these are linked. They are interlinked. It's not a isolated incident. This is not an isolated incident. And I don't know if you can understand me, what I'm trying to say here.
I understand fully what you are saying. These are called lobby groups. People who can. That is everywhere. Even in Belgium here. You know about the VOCA.
Yeah.
They are, the VOCA. The VOCA are these are groups of business owners.
Industrials, yeah.
Yeah, they own they are the biggest association here. They challenge against our trade groups, workers groups, because about the loan. VOCA is the biggest sponsor of MVR. They are the biggest sponsors of the biggest political parties in Belgium here, and those people are sitting in government. And because of this, the loan cannot go high, because these people they are the ones, like Hassan said, they are the biggest employers in Belgium. So if the government have to make laws that the salaries can go high, it will affect these groups. And these groups also, they will stop sponsoring these political parties. I understand that.
You're right. That's everywhere.
That is everywhere.
America, the gun control issue in America. And then Mohammed, I said government should make a level playing field. I think that's a plain language. If you make a level playing field, which means you're making it level for everybody, irrespective of groups. But again, I'll go back to this gun issue that you brought about Gaj. This guy clearly applied licensing from our police authorities and their license has been granted. It is constitutional, right?
Mm.
And then they've made proclamation that the guns they are bringing, but only for this guy, in his explanation on numerous times, said that the guns that have been brought, they put some samples there for his next order, whether he will like those guns. They're not live guns, they are just sample guns, right? But the guns that this guy is selling are hunting guns, and this guy don't sell you don't go walk to his shop and buy gun. No, you go to police, and police will give you a license. You go to GRA and pay through GRA. GRA will give you a number, and police will log that number. That number is now becomes Mohammed's gun license. It will synchronize with your license, and then you go to GAJ. GAJ give you the guns. You don't even pay the money at GAJ. So you see how you see how thorough this is. And one thing that Gambians should do is, if there is a crime, right? Let us see, since those guns came to the country, right? How many crimes did happen that they found these guns happen to be, the sole perpetrators of those crimes, whether those guns were associated to that crime. I have not seen any report at the moment. So all these guns were let's say, look, Mohammed, you can go to the shop and buy a knife to go and cook, as a utensils to go and cook. But at the same time, you can use that knife to go and kill somebody on the street, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah?
So if somebody buy guns, if somebody's selling guns but
now we all know
you buy those guns and go and kill someone, well, it's not the person's fault, it's your fault.
No, but we all know the main purpose of using knife is we all know what it is for. We know it now. So if you use it for another thing else, that can be interpreted in another way. But everyone know that the general use of knife we have in our homes, is purposely for what? We all know it now. So
the general use of guns, in the army is for the security, to use it to secure us. But you've seen how guns have been used against innocent civilians.
Yes.
Right?
But I think even if you are talking about general use of knife, I think it is even a crime in the Gambia to carry a knife in public. If I didn't have it wrong?
Well, recently the police are arresting people for that.
But that is a crime. It is a criminal crime.
Because
carrying a knife in public, it's a crime. I think it's a long time ago.
If you have a knife in your hand in the streets, well, you cannot justify that you're using that knife for cooking or something else. So obviously, it's very difficult for you to explain yourself to the authorities that, hey, I'm going to cut onions. But where are you going to cut onions? On the street?
But but here, what worries me much about in all this happenings about this security in the Gambia is the political noise towards the crimes, our social community crimes. It is so politicized that the essence of the message is missed, because it's either blaming these crimes are associated like politicized, like it's the fault of the president, the fault of this and this and this, the government. If UDP come, if my party come, or if Ahmad Bavom come, or PDIS come, it will be something else. Whilst we should say, listen, if PDIS come, or if of my party's party come to power, it have to meet policies and programs that have to protect Gambians. It will not be about Adama Barrow, or about my party, or about Lawyer Hussein Udabo, or Sidia Jata, or Ali Fasala. It's about policies that are passed through our government, or programs, or equipping our security sector, sensitizing the ordinary Gambian about crimes, and to encourage people, to be vigilant. Don't you think the political noise of the Gambian community, society, is so much that is so distracting that people get distracted of reality? This is my observation.
No, it's true, but the thing is, you cannot take the politics side of it. You cannot take it. You cannot take that from it, because people will always politicize things. When certain things happen, people will always politicize it. But the most important is the authority. What the authority do, they have to I think that's what that should be the worrying things, because they are in charge of the running. They are in charge of running the affairs of our country, and we mandated them to do at least some certain basic things for us. Things like securing us, creating employment, and at least giving us education. So when politicians and political surrogates are politicizing these things, the government should focus, and make sure, and let them not be got let them not be caught in trap between these two camps. Let them focus on the task that lies ahead of them. That is, let them make sure that what people are politicizing, they make sure that they put stop to it to the best of their ability. The political will should be there. The Minister of Interior should take charge. Should he or she should be able to dirty his hands. Let him take responsibility. Let him take blame and take initiative for himself. By himself.
Can I cut you? Can I cut you here, boss? Because when these people started, these videos of community policing, when people started taking, videos started circulating online, Gambians, when they hold these burglars or these thieves, they took the laws in their hands and they are beating them. You hear some of people, their defense is, when we take these people to the police, in the next 24 hours, they will be released. And what people were saying is the president should come out and speak to the nation. I was asking myself here, I say, why should be the president? Why everything should be the president? Where is the Minister of Defense? Where is the Ministry of Interior? Why people are not calling on the Ministry of... You know how it is in the West here, all of you, ASSAN. When a department, or something happens in society, people call out the person responsible for that. The whole responsibility of those departments. Like if it is Ministry of Health, they call on the Minister of Health to resign. When it's security sector, they call on the Ministry of Interior or something else. Why in our Gambian society, everything that happens, they call the president, the president, the president. Is it that like trying to give more power to the president, or like putting the president in shoes that doesn't fit him?
No,
if I say it like that.
Bwakar, you know what happened here? Gambians want to have their cake and eat it. That's the problem with Gambian.
Explain that.
Because this is we just come out from 22 years of dictatorship, right? And then everybody said, Yaya Jammeh was all over the place. He was the Minister of Agriculture, he was the Minister of Defense, he was Minister of Interior, he was everything, right? Anything that happened, Yaya Jammeh will come and address it and say it in a way that all of us will be angry, right? Tumafi sacha damala sul 6 point deep. So fede ni damala rei dara du pagina sumala reute yal nan sangara. Is that presidential? Should president say those things? Right? We have ministries who are responsible for these things. We have Ministry of... If I were President Barrow today, I will sack the Ministry of Interior. I will sack him.
On which basis? On which basis?
On the basis that he is not fulfilling his position. Because he should have been in the forefront of this fight. Like when we have this Ebola, look at the Ministry of Health, look at the Health Minister. He's constantly updating people. He's coming out to give people, assurance. He's coming out to do stuff. You people have been delegated with these powers, to act on behalf of the president. And you as there sat in your office wanting and that, no wonder why people are pointing fingers at the president. Because this is what Gambians are used to. Gambians are used to seeing their president come out and address them every minute. And then when that happened, we accused the president of being a dictator, right? So Gambians now wanted to prepare President Barrow to become a dictator. When two people kill each other at the football field, President Barrow should come and talk. When somebody comes to your house and burgle your house, President Barrow, hey, we have a Ministry of Interior for a reason. And then here in our subsequent debates, on our right, I can see MUHAMMED, is talking about the security services, the police should be equipped more. The police, yes, I agree with that. The police should be equipped more. The police should be given vehicles. The police should be, police, their capacity should be increased. But remember, we come from a regime where the president controls everything. He decides how many police officers are employed in a year. He decides, how many. In fact, in Yaya Jammeh's time, the government is the highest employer. through security, like the police, army, immigration, and that. But in 2017, when these people came, right, there was no hiring of police, there was no hiring of the military, because they thought that the military has to be, there should be a reform, because we have more personnel than we have them in their responsible positions, right? And then, our brother, who used to be the interior minister in 2017, Honorable Fati, what did other people will accuse him of? Yes, he came, he saw a brave face, he was rigid and everything. But also, some people will say, he did not enhance the police capacity by giving them equipment. Instead, he went on and hired an office, Interior Ministry office, that Gambia government will pay 5 million every year, where we come out from a system where we haven't got any money. So that 5 million could have gone into, equipping the police. You see, so you see, there are people who see things differently. Maybe our brother saw that the Ministry of Interior should be revamped. It should move to another location. That is well and good. But other people also will say, no, that's not the priority. The priority is to equip the police, buy them vehicles, buy them, enough gears that would enhance their work. But here you are, you went and hire an office that you pay 5 million a year. So,
but in Gambia, the people doesn't Mohammed. So I know you already want to jump in, but but if we are talking about prioritizing, our Gambian government, this government, since it come into office, priorities haven't been shown here so much, because see what we saw was they were so busy equipping those national representative. They were so busy about making sure their political wills have been achieved, like dividing positions and and other ministerials and other diplomatic causes based on political line. So what you are saying here is this is misrepresentation, or not prioritizing what is essential. Yes, you must be right there. Mohammed Fati, what do you already want to comment on this?
I have some reservation to what ASSAN said, because like as long as the institutions that are in place, we will continue to see and to ask for the president to come out and speak. You know why? You know why? Because the people that are like the ministers, they are not secure in their job to be able to take initiative by themselves and do things, and in their mind, what is the president thinking about what my next action, what if I do something? So they will wait for the president, or even ask permission from the president before they will take action to do certain things, which is within their mandate.
As I have to differ, I have to break you here. Why should you be sitting in an executive meeting whereby why should you accept to lead a department and sit in executive meetings whereby you have to wait for the president to tell you what to do?
No, I'm not saying in an executive meeting. Some of these things.
Yeah. You said they have to wait what the president have to think. But we all know executive meetings always happen. We hear them about them.
Yeah, cabinet meetings. Yeah,
cabinet meetings.
Yeah, that happens time to time. That happens not every day. But what I mean is to take instant action. Like something happened immediately, and we don't have access to meet the president right now. So you have to you yourself as the minister, you have to use your own your prerogative or your own imagination or your own tactics to dispatch the police or your command. Let them go and do certain things without the president knowing it at this very moment. So
but that is impossible. But the minister, no, let me have to argue on here.
No,
I will give you one example here from narratives from the TRRC. Our sister, Ami Bensouda, she explained when she have to demand to see the former president. On certain occasions that she feel like actions needs to be taken. I don't think under this current regime. I don't think I am not here to talk about. I don't know how accessible the current president is. But I don't think the current president is as difficult as Yahya Jammeh was. That the Minister of Interior would have that difficulty, that Gambians are crying all over, even calling on the president to come out and speak. And still nobody hear from him, and we hear from the president. Nobody. Do you think that, like what ASSAN is saying, that if he was the president, he will sack him? Don't you think that that is genuine? That will be a genuine decision then by then, because
yeah, of course he should be sacked. That's my opinion. That's my view too.
Yeah, but why? On the basis that he should have go in and take all necessary steps to see that he advised the president, and he also speak to the Gambian populace.
In my view, before people will be calling, let the president come out, let the president come out. If he was coming out and briefing the people, giving us assurance that, you know what, we know the situation in the country, but as the Minister of Interior, we are doing everything to make sure that, you know, the crime is going down, you know, and these are the strategy and the plan we have in place to make sure that our people are secure, you know, and then let him, if he keep on doing this and put in the right place and the right mechanism, then at least the people will not put pressure on the president to come out and speak. But they are not hearing him. They are not hearing from nobody. So what we are used to, that's what we will continue to say. Let the president come out, because so like you know before, in Yahya's time.
Mohammed, let me help you here. You know, you see this current interior minister. You know, he has been in the police for well over 30 years. He went through the ranks. You know, he was the former IGP. So this guy knows the internal security issues already. You know, it's not like when our brother was there, brother Mai was there, or when Mbalo was there. You know, those people were not security. Or yes, there are no policies and laws and stuff. But for security, this present interior minister, you know, should know the in and out of all the problems that are happening in the country. That's why I cannot forgive him for him being so quiet over there, you know, not coming even once to brief us about what is going on. And
you are right.
I'm right. I'm right with you, Mohammed. He should come out and tell people every now and then, this is what is happening, but A, B, C, and D is what we take in to address it.
Yeah, that is absolutely right.
Information.
You gave example about the Minister of Health, Mr. Samate. His name Samate. I salute that brother when he went to the parliament and even was bold enough to call out corruption that he found in his department. I salute that brother. I see what he stands during that time of the starting of this corona. You know, on all this funding, and when people were blaming, he came out and said, yes, this is what was happening. He did not wait until the president have to talk about it. You are absolutely right. The Ministry of Interior, this is, we the people should have I said this when I made my last program about Basse Area Council and the market. We the people should start to take people responsible, who are responsible for issues. And we have to, we have to avoid going back to the same, like ASSAN is saying, back to the same problems that we were 22 years ago. Like everything is about the president. It's all the president have to decide. No, when we appoint ASSAN as the chairman or something else, if something went wrong under him, we have to call him out, because the president gave him those duties so that the president can focus on other things. But if the president have to leave his responsibilities and take the responsibility of a cabinet minister, that minister should already go away, like Yahya Jammeh used to do. He take ministries and put under him. So, is it not true?
Yeah, but I also want to believe that maybe there is more to his side than we don't know, because in Gambia, whatever you do, whatever you're trying to do, either camp will try to bring or interpret your action. So maybe the camp of the president might think that this man want to maybe it's an opposition. That's why he's coming to sometimes they might even lie again. They say no. They say no, it's not true. You see, he's listening to the opposition and all these people, and now he's here.
Like they did to brother my Fati.
Yeah. So
when he took that bold action in Fonyi, they say he want to show himself as a leader. He want to set an example.
That's the problem. That's why I say, as long as the institutions are not a reform, and the minister let them be secure in their position, it will be difficult for them to take initiative by themselves to do certain things, because politicians and political surrogates will always talk about whatever action you do. So it's left to the president, who is in charge, who is your boss, to listen carefully and have the interest of the government, the country at heart. Let him not listen to his supporters. Let him not listen to the critics. But let him see what you are doing, whether that's the interest of the government and the people, or otherwise. He should base his decision on that. But most of the times, they will come to him, around him, and tell him, you see, this minister is opposition, he's coming out and, trying to, convince people that there's crime here and there, So they better sit down and save themselves, save their position, and then we all cry, at the end of the day, nobody benefits,
No, but Mohammed, that's not right. That's not right, because if let's say let's go back to our brother Mai when he was there, when he took all those bold decisions, and in fact people will tell Mai is firm, but you see the moment he was removed, many people start missing him, right?
Yeah,
and
that's true.
He can hold his head high that when I was there, I was doing A, B, C, and D, even though I've been removed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what you do if you are there. Don't worry about what people are going to say. Whatever you do in this world, right, you will have two camps: people who like you and people who dislike you. And people who dislike you will do everything to make sure they succeed in getting rid of you, right? But you go with your conscience and do the right thing, which is, if you are head of the department, like a minister, like Samate did. Samate went and stood there when they brought those lists, right, of bogus names. He went and stood with them as a minister. He didn't even delegate his permanent secretary. He went and stood with them until 3 a.m. to make sure that list is right, because that is the language that Gambians understand. That is the language that our civil servants understand, because the language they don't understand is stop stealing our money. If you will tell them stop stealing our money, they will not hear it. Sit down with them and make sure they don't steal it. That is what Mr. Samate did. Where I blame Mr. Samate is he stopped there. He should not have stopped there. He should go around and fire all of them. You see, until Gambia we stop this masalaha business, right? We will not go get anywhere. When people said we need institutional reforms, we need security sector reforms, yes, you need that. But also what we need is societal reforms.
Attitude change.
Our societies need to reform themselves. Our attitudes need to change. When they put you in a place, yes, I know the salaries are not good. We will get there. We will make sure that the government also fix those salary issues. But also, you cannot be working in an environment, in a workplace where, you get paid $20,000 a month, and you went and build a 5 million or 10 million, 20 million compound and driving a 30, or 200,000, 300,000 Pajero. Your wife is down, driving something else. Your kids are going to Marina. How do you justify that, brother?
Gentlemen, we already have reached our 1 hour time. But what we're gonna do is, if you people accept, because we talking about security, and we already enter about leadership. I was to talk to you people about security and leadership. While we were talking about security, we already start talking about leadership role. With the leadership of where it starts.
They go hand in hand.
So, but we already reach our 1 hour, and tomorrow I have morning shift. But if you people accept, we will prolong this discussions next week, Saturday, inshallah. Then we will further, we go deep. ASSAN and Mohammed Fati, we are all from Basse. I want to talk to you about what is going on in Basse next week also, after this. I will ask you about what is happening there. Mohammed Fati, you know what is also going there. We go, then we talk about we all talk about our own people too. We finish our topic tomorrow, next week, inshallah, and then we further our discussions further, if you accept.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah, me, when you talk about Basse, you fire me up. To be honest, Basse is in my heart. When you talk about Basse, and when I see people who are messing about in Basse, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if I support you or not, or if I. That's why people who call me regionalist, right? I love my region, because my region has been neglected for far too long, right? So if I have somebody who comes and fix A, B, and C, then I'm happy. You see, even if people talk about roads, no, look at the college that has been built there. Bokar, when we finish school, when we finish high school, if that
Boy,
college was there,
Hassan, wait. You were
You already
you,
started going. You already said.
no, 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 I'm just giving you an example. I'll just give you, no, let's go 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay,
no,
go on. No, go
no,
ahead. Go ahead.
When we had that college, in 2001, when we finished high school, if we
yeah.
had college there in Basse, guarantee,
Mm.
guarantee, some of us would have at least enrolled in that college there and stayed in the region. But
Yes.
what
That's true.
happened
That's
here
true.
is every time that grade 12 students finish high school in Basse, guess where they go? They go to
Mm.
Combo. And then
Yeah.
how many people go back to Basse? Practically
Mm.
maybe 2 or 3, right? It's
Mhm.
going to be like less than 5% that goes
Today,
back.
I was chatting with our Jalimadi, our friend, our
Yeah,
childhood friend
Jaliman.
Jalimadi. He was telling me yes, he said he also moved to Combos. So and and most of our friends, our childhood friends, Asan, you are absolutely right. Some of them who were so productive in their family business, helping their families, have to leave, and the family have to miss 1 or 2 support from their businesses. That because of these people have to go to the combos for further education. So that is, you are right. Most of our friends, I know, 60% of our friends would not have left Basse, or 80% of our childhood friends or our batchmates will not have left Basse, hadn't been that college that we have there was there and it is well equipped. We will not have even left Basse. None of us. Most
No,
of this.
not only the college. Basia used to be very vibrant city. With by the neighboring, villages there. Even where I grew up in Basia in Gamkot, GPMB Gamkot, that place used to be very lively. When it is time for cotton season, and you can see both day and night. It's like the whole day, both day and night. We have people working there. Over
Like
1,000
our
people,
GPMB,
working.
like us
Yes,
also in
GPMB.
GPMB. Yeah,
And also
GPMB
you
also.
have the groundnut, the groundnut side also, the two sides
Yeah,
of the river,
yeah.
So, but I was lively, things were moving, but all of a sudden, it just stopped, like you can't understand, what is it,
It's negligence. It's negligence that stopped that. People don't care about that region. People don't care about that side of the country, right?
Brothers,
Even
Hassan,
though that side of the country has produced
Hassan,
lots of brilliant
You
people.
said 5 minutes. You said 5 minutes. We already have our 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Then
boy,
we call it a night.
boy,
Tomorrow we have to work. Huh?
we would
Yeah.
continue here because Andy said mem ninga base ko majam boy molbe lala jan ninga wolonne because yaje
Yeah,
last week last time kabring base ko majam boy people were calling me from all over the world boy. So I wanted to make only 30-minute
no,
video.
next week, Minale proposed for Basse.
For
No
Basse,
problem.
yes, definitely, yeah.
Respect. Boy,
That would be great.
thank you all gentlemen. I wish you all productive week and hope to see you next week Saturday,
Thank
on
you,
the
thank
open
you, thank
conversation.
Inshallah.
you, thank you, Mohammed,
I
thank
will
you,
communicate with
Mohammed.
you on the I will communicate
Okay,
with
thank you, boy.
you
Asan
on the time.
Abaraka Abake. Abaraka Abake. Thank you very
What
much.
do you people have to say, with our topic today and closing remarks before we go? Hassan, you start.
Yeah, I would say it's very important that we talk about these things, but also we have to be very mindful. You see, recently what I see many Gambians are doing is, especially our journalists in Gambia, they don't do research about security, and also they ask everybody about security, which is very wrong. What you don't do is, you leave security to people who understand. You know,
Yes, I'm seeing you. I put you solo.
yeah, you,
Yes.
you see people, you leave people security to people who understand security, right? To
Mhm.
explain about what is happening and how do we combat this. But like Mohammed says, now we are in a political season, election year. Everything about Gambia, whether security, employment, whatever it is, people will put politics in it and then pollute it to a way that you probably wouldn't understand. You know, all right, I'm not saying we are security experts, but at least we understand 1 or 2 things about security. I did security studies. Mohammed did leadership, so it's all part of security. Thing. We can say at least what we understand, the theoretical aspect of it. We can explain it to people, and then we can add our imaginations and see the dynamics of how things evolve from last regime to this regime, and
Mhm.
also what do we do to remedy what is going on now. So I think it's very important, people discuss about these things, and I'm very glad, to have my brother Mohammed with me, talking about these things.
You are absolutely right. When I thought about these two topics, and I know both of you are all open-minded brothers, even though you are politically affiliated, you are not afraid also to speak the truth and to contribute your own understanding. And you, Hassan, for your security background, Mohammed Fatih, knowing that he went through course in Belgium here to be a leader in a product like a company. You must have been taught about leadership and the qualities and the ups and downs. That's why I thought I need to talk to you, bring to you two together so that we will have open discussion. And I have seen from our discussion here, it just have been just non-political alliance, but just saying what you felt. Like I said, we go back to 1999 when we were in St. George's, just with our experience, now, plus putting it by then how we used to be. And I am very happy that we have this useful conversation. Mohammed, what do you have to say for this to close this conversation today?
Yeah, first of all, I will say thank you very much to you for giving us the opportunity to come and at least share our little bit with our people, and also Hassan, thank you very much, for this engagement. I have learned a lot from Hassan, and I must accept, and I'm for record, and I would say that Hassan is when it comes to security, Hassan is an authority than me. My hands down. I cannot challenge Hassan on that. I know that myself. Because he has been there, he do it. He studied does. He can I can listen to him than myself when it comes to security. Even though we engage, I exchange my ideas when it comes to security. But when he talk, I know he's talking from a point of authority, from a point of experience. What he went through. So I'm humbled by that, and I learned a lot from him. And this is very, I'm very impressed with this, because we all, back in the days, we were all in Pasay, and thank God, we are here, talking about, some of the things we learn in school, and some of the things, we learn along the way, as we grow up, as we, went in our own individual ways, So this is something that, we should encourage among ourselves, it's not about competition, it's not about, unnecessary argument. It's about putting our ideas together, talking about our country, and discussing the way forward,
Yes.
It does not have to be, we have to be on the same side or on the opposite side, It doesn't matter, if you are on the one side or another side. If I see truth in you, in what you said, I will humbly accept, and take it from you, So
Mohammed, don't you think that is what we are missing currently in the Gambia? People listening with an open ear without being judgmental. Don't you think that is what we are missing?
That's a big problem, As long as I'm not in the same side with Hassan, anything Hassan say, I'm not interested, does not make sense. I'm not going to reason with him. I'm not going to think about it, As long as Hassan is on the other side, Hassan can never be right in my eye, So that is our big problem in Gambia, We should open our mind and be objective about things, If your opponent says something, and it is true, be humble enough and accept it, and take it from him, It costs nothing to you. It only make you a human, And that's what I see from our discussion, We agree, we disagree, and at the end of the day, we all learn one or two things from each other, and that's the essence of our discussion together.
But gentlemen, you are absolutely right, because we create camps, we create alliance just to have support or have a support like that. But the objective is the same. The objective is for the betterment of the Gambia, if it is true, or of our community. So if we are discussing something, we have to be open-minded and also not be so partisan. Like, no matter what, when people Gambians vote, one of these alliances have to rule. And who will be the subjects? It's the same people. So these people cannot also move without us, we the people, because we have to go to work with them. They have to employ us. We have to pay our tax. They have to go and speak on behalf of us. They have to go and take loans on behalf of us. So we are the people. We are the government. So I think like in Europe, yeah, you see when it's finished, it's finished. Campaign is you don't hear anything. All these rallies going everywhere because people are so focused about the development of the people. And if they are coming out to challenge anything, they challenge like objectively, like not like subjective, like all those things. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for our discussion. I am very happy that with my humble mind, I taught the two of you, and I am not disappointed at it. And as it was in 1990 to now, I still respect you and I love you as my brothers. Thank you very much. Till next week, Saturday, we will talk
Inshallah,
about
brother.
Basel. Inshallah.
Thank you very much. Okay,
Yo,
okay.
respect, man.
Respect.
Yo, respect, bro, Emo, no way, Tanala, Abenyadi. Sirifo Fai, on no way, Munebe Diarim Basse, Bubakar Gasama, respect, brother. Respect everybody who was watching this program and who will be watching this again. That was my childhood friends. I went to school with. We share our generations together. We share our lives together. Now we all live in apart. Even though Mohammed Fatih, I live in the same country with him, but it is good to have a discussion without being judgmental. Talking to people, talk about things that affect all of you without being judgmental. Because after all, it concerns all of us. The security of the Gambia is for the whole of us. For the security of the world and where you are also is for your own benefit. So if we are to talk about these things, let's talk about them, without being judgmental or being misled from the realities of the matters. So that was it. Next week Saturday, inshallah, I will from now on I'll start to having this open conversation or weekly in the weekends, inshallah, when I have no problem. And I will invite people. And you also feel free to call on the number that you see on the screen here on WhatsApp. I will pick you up. And if you also want to appear on this program, no matter what, I will put you on the program because that's why I call it the open conversation. It is for everybody. I want to talk to people. So I wish you all a wonderful week coming on. May we have a productive week. Whatever you are up to, make sure it is productive. Respect to everyone. Bro, Emo, respect, bro. Yo, greetings. Respect to everybody. Have a good night.